Hello everyone. I feel a little bit obliged to put up another video on the subject of the title of this game, which to me reads V for victory, but a lot of people are referring to it as Phi for victory. Now, I did put up a video on this topic some time ago now, just expressing my dismay really at the disregard of the historical significance of the letter V, in that it was a very important symbol that Churchill promoted really as a symbol of resistance to the Nazis, particularly in France, and it's particularly galling to me because these rules are from Studio Tomahawk, who are French, and I don't understand why they can ignore the importance of this letter to, not to their own country really. A lot of French men and women risk their lives to paint the letter V on walls and on the side of vehicles, German vehicles, in France, to express their resistance to the Nazi occupation of their country. And something that's just happened on YouTube that has kind of goaded me really into just making a kind of response to that. So basically, I wasn't, I wasn't interested in continuing with this set of rules, simply because of that. It might sound petty, but it's important to me, and I'm sure it's important to a lot of other people as well. There was a recent video put up by a YouTube channel that I subscribe to called Cry Havoc Wargaming, where he gave a review of the rules, and he made sort of passing reference to this, what has become a controversy almost, about how the title should be called, and I commented on his video to find out where he had got the impression that it should be called Phi for Victory from, and he very kindly linked me to a video that I hadn't come across, which is actually a demo of the game from one of the authors of the game, Fred Machu, who has a YouTube channel of his own called Hobby One Fred. So in this video, you can see him and Alex Buchel talking about the game, and they do appear, or they do sound as though they are calling the list of rules Phi for Victory. Now, when I first saw this video from the horse's mouth, as it were, I couldn't understand really why they were calling it Phi for Victory. And then it came to me that maybe it was just the English-speaking public listening to this video that was spoken in French, mishearing the intention. So my explanation for that is that in the English language, we pronounce the letter V. We pronounce the letter F, but that's not the case in French. In French, the letter F they pronounce Phi, and the letter V, they pronounce Vi. Now, if you try saying Vi for victory in with a French accent, it comes out almost as Vi for victory, Vive for victory, Five for victory. So I thought it was English people mishearing it and going with the official source that it was Five for victory. So I thought I had cracked the problem. The only thing that left me a little bit disappointed after that was that Studio Tomahawk and Fred and Alex hadn't sort of jumped on this at the start and said, no, we do intend it to be V for victory. But there was kind of, a misunderstanding because of different ways that we pronounce those letters in French and English. And, I was kind of content with that. But just recently, or today, a short while ago, I had left a remark on Cry Havoc Wargaming's video where they were discussing the rules, and it's just been commented on by Fred, and I'll read you out what he says. He says, so to answer your question once and for all, the game was called V for Victory after Churchill, of course, but now there are a lot of things called that. We didn't want to take the risk of the name being owned by someone else, so we decided to give the name Five, which also has a real connection to the game, as the official name, even if for us it is still V. But you're really taking this too seriously. Storytelling is still a game, and if the next generation is becoming increasingly rare, it's not for the faint-hearted. Now, once again, I think there is quite a lot lost in translation there, because his first language is French. I don't think he's expressing himself terribly clearly in English, but he's doing a much better job than I could trying to express myself in French. But I don't understand why they should be worried that anyone can own the title. I mean, is it something to do with copyright? I don't know. Were they did they have sort of litigation telling them that they couldn't use the name V for Victory? So they had to say, oh, it's not V, it's Five. It doesn't make sense to me, even though there is that, sort of, you have to score higher than Five or higher on dice rolls in order to for a success. So yes, I can understand that link, but I just do not understand why they are worried about anything else. It's not rules. What else is it? I don't know what else it is, but maybe there's a film title or something like that. But I don't believe that. I think that is a fudge. The rest of it, I mean, I take exception to being told that I'm taking something too seriously. As I tried to explain earlier, I think it is disrespectful to people who fought in the war, and the people who served in the French resistance, and the people who suffered under the Nazi occupation of Europe. And I don't think you can take that too seriously. So I take exception to that remark. And the last sentence, it doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. I find it very difficult to even understand what he's getting at. But to say that what was his it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the. What does that mean? Wargaming is not for the faint-hearted. Gaming is not for the faint-hearted. That has really annoyed me. Now, I don't want to get into an argument on Cry Havoc Wargaming's channel. It's not why he put the video up. It's not. He doesn't. I don't want to put him under the obligation of adjudicating remarks, or even kind of being forced to cut comments off of his channel or anything like that. So I'm not going to reply to Fred on that channel. The original video that he put up on his channel, Hobby One Fred, however, I have noticed, I'm not going to comment on that, even if I could, but I have noticed that in the description for that V for Victory demo part 1 video that they put up, it said there are remarks in English and in French, and the English says, "Hello, the studio offers you a discovery game. It explains the mechanics of the game." That in a way again shows that their English isn't that great. This video is in 2 parts. The second part will be coming soon. Please bear with us. This isn't our job, and Alex isn't English. Let us know if you find it useful. Comments are turned off. So I think that they have turned comments off on that video because they have been getting a lot of cross remarks. They have stirred up a little bit of a hornet's nest. I might be wrong, but it seems odd to me that they invite comments and then turn the comments off. So I think they're getting a little bit fed up with all this controversy. But all they had to do was admit to their mistake in the beginning, rather than coming out with what is frankly a lot of rubbish about other people possibly owning the name. I do genuinely think that the original mistake or the original misunderstanding occurred because of the way the French pronounce the letter V as Vi, and it was as simple as that. And why they just couldn't have corrected a few people at the beginning, this would never have happened. But as it is now, I don't care how good or bad these rules are. I'm not interested in playing them, and it turns me off as well if I do listen to other people's videos where they very deliberately do call this game 5 for Victory. It annoys me, but I'll just keep that to myself. But I had to put this video up really just as a response to Fred, just so that it's out there and people know my feelings about it. And once again, my general policy is not to allow comments on my channel, so I'm not going to allow people to comment on this video, and just going to let the matter now die. And it's history to me now, this subject, but I had to get it off my chest. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Bye for now.